Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Grow the Earth. Of course, we're out here in the garden, but today I'm going to show you guys how to know when your melons, especially your watermelons and your cantaloupes and things of that nature, how you know when to pick those guys, when they're going to be at their sweetest, when they're ripest, when they are just at their peak of sweetness. You know, guys, I know that from me, whenever I grow watermelons or cantaloupes or those things, and whenever I pick one of them and it's not ready, you know, I find out the inside hasn't quite developed. It's not quite as sweet as it should be. And all these things, it's kind of a letdown. You know, you spend all that time caring for these plants and these fruits, and to have one of them, you know, that you pick too early, because all that time and energy is lost. You can't just stick it back, you know, on the vine. Once you cut it off, it's done. So, and unfortunately, watermelons are not like a tomato or a pepper or things like that, and that they will ripen off the vine. These will not ripen off the vine. They have to be ripened on the vine, and once you pick them, they're as done as they're going to get. So, I'm going to show you a foolproof way that in about 5 seconds, you can tell us whether or not this guy's ready to come off. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. I'm going to show you what you should be paying attention to on these melons. Because it's not knocking on them, it's not smelling them, it's not any other thing but this one thing. So I'm going to pull you in a little bit closer. We're going to look at this, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. And then I'm going to give you a couple of things that we need to keep in mind whenever we're looking at this. So here we have, this is a sugar baby watermelon. Now, as you can see, I've grown these here on a trellis, and it makes it relatively easy to be able to look at these guys and know that they are ready. And then one simple thing that I'm going to show you, the way that you know, is we've got our fruit, and we're going to look at our stem here, and where our stem comes up and attaches to the main vine. You see that little curlicue right there, this little guy right here. And you can see that it's dead almost all the way back to that stem. So with any melon, with any cantaloupe, that is what we're going to look at. When this is dead all the way back to here, it's ready. Now, as you can see, I'm going to get really close on this guy here. That one's not quite done because it's not dead all the way back. Because whenever it's dead all the way back, we want to see it all the way back to there. Also, a sidebar. With sugar babies especially, they require that you wait, once that little curlicue is dead all the way back to the vine, they require you to wait about another week. Now, this is not a hard and fast rule. And the reason I say that is like with these sugar babies. Once that stem dries all the way back, you need to give them about 7 days because they need that extra time to finish ripening. We also have another type of melon over here, which is called an Oriental or a Korean melon. And those guys, you don't look at that little stem, you actually look at the color and the weight of the fruit. And that tells you whenever it's done. Because, and actually actually, you know what, I'm going to show you those guys. Now these are a Korean melon. And when these guys are ready, they will turn yellow. And they will get extremely heavy because they'll take on a bunch of water. And as you can see, here's another one here. They almost look like a cantaloupe, but they get about palm size. Very tasty. They have a very different flavor than pretty much any other melon that you've ever tasted. I would say they're a cross between a honeydew and like a cucumber. Very fresh taste. Asian markets usually have them, and they are very, very easy to grow. We actually have these kind of spring up all over the garden now since we've planted, and they'll just continue to grow without any kind of input from you. Of course, we planted these guys, but that's because we like them so much. And because there's like 3 plants here, and we will get a good 30 to 40 of these off of these 3 plants very, very quickly and easily. But again, with these guys, they're going to turn yellow and they're going to get heavy for their size. And you know, if you grow one, you'll find out. But that is one of the few exceptions, along with the other ones, to this rule. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's my tips. If you follow this rule, and if you keep with those exceptions, you won't pick a bad watermelon ever. So guys, as always, I ask you to pray over your family, pray over your garden, and have a great day.